Playing offense in Madden is extremely easy. You just have to understand very few key principles in attacking the defense. Number one, to attack man coverage, all you need is any type of play that has routes that have cuts in them. And can your guy beat that opposing defender? It's that simple. That's how you beat man coverage. Now, zone coverage, all you have to do for underneath zone coverage, for example, in this cover 3, the curl flat defenders and the hook curl defenders, you have to have routes that can attack them over top and underneath. You high-low them. You put them in a situation where they can't guard both routes. Same thing in a cover 6 scenario. These underneath routes have something that can attack over top and underneath. Same thing for cover 2. Same scenario. Have something that can attack these flat defenders, vert hook defenders, and mid-read defenders. Same thing. Have something that can attack over the top and underneath. That's all you have to understand to play offense in the bare minimum sense in Madden. Super easy. Now, how you take that information and you make it something super powerful is how do you take your routes that you have available in a play and maximize the capabilities. That's what I'm going to show you in this video right here. So the play we're going to take a look at right here is the gun trips wide flex formation wide receiver smash. I'm just going to come out just to basic zone coverage. Now I'm going to show you how you can maximize the routes that you have on the field so you can properly and efficiently attack the defense. So these are the routes that you have traditionally when you call this play out the huddle. You have to understand the principles I said before. You want to attack high and low between all of these zone coverage defenders that's underneath the curl flats and hook zones. Based off of these routes here, how do you do that in the most efficient way possible? Now you have a post route by your tight end, the A receiver, and you have a dig route by your man Brown. Those are two routes over the middle of the field that are able to high and low that hook curl. But let's run this play here. Is it really a high low? Not really. Your hook curl defender, he ran with that player right there, but will your opponent do that if it's a user control player? Probably not. So these two routes do not work well together when you're trying to accomplish a high-low read on the middle of the field. A better way to utilize those two guys is change Brown's route. You either move Brown to an in route or you move him to a drag route. And look at the difference that it has once you put Brown on a drag route. Let's just hold on to the ball and let's see. So Brown, his drag route runs right in front of this hook curl defender. Whether it's computer controlled or user controlled, they have to do something about this. Either they have to guard this or it's going to be an easy completion. But if they guard it, guess what? This post is open right behind. So that is an easy and effective way to high-low that middle of the field, whether it's a cover 3 or a cover 2, the same thing results. Now, since we're able to do that, let's take a look at how things develop when we take a look at the outside. So we already know we have the X receiver on a drag route. Let's just look and see how the play develops if we just keep everything going. Now the right side of the field becomes a jumbled mess. You have that drag route by Brown, but flowing off to the right side of the field. You have two guys pretty much in essence playing in the same location with this sit down as well as this drag. And you just have this guy right here pushing the defense back deep. How can we more efficiently use our players? Because we already know we have this route that we like. We have this route that we like. Now the only other two routes in question are these two guys. Do we like both these routes? I personally don't think so. I would much rather take this B receiver, Julio Jones, put him on a streak. And in doing so, it helps push the defense back deep, allowing a clear out capability opportunity for Rodgers underneath, and you still have a nice high-low between the curl flat defender. So does that curl flat take that corner, or does he take that drag by Brown once it gets all the way on the right side of the field? That's how you can efficiently and effectively utilize your routes on the field. Let's take a look at a replay, see how this results. So we've already taken a look at the middle of the field, bam, Let's say for whatever reason things are super cloudy, you don't like it. You got this streak pushing the help pushing the defense back deep. So now, really, this corner's high load. He has to take this streak, which will allow this player to run underneath him for that corner. So now we're focusing on this guy. Does he run with this corner out and leave this drag wide open, or does he sit down on this drag and leave this corner open? You've successfully high load this cover 3. Now let's take some practice snaps, examples, and show you guys how this works in practicality. You've high load the middle of the field, attack Brown on his drag. And the same things apply against cover 2, guys. Bam. Nice and easy completion to that tight end. That middle of the field, they have nothing for it. You've successfully high-load that curl flat with that route right there. And you still, if you feel like this curl flat got super deep, you can still have this drag run underneath as well. Just for fun, let's take a look at this Tampa 2 and see how everything works with that. Same exact route combo. That's just snap the ball and you just see how the routes develop. Nice high low over the middle of the field. Tannehill is just being a monster right now, staying up strong. O-line going crazy. Have a nice high low over the middle of the field. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This corner route was able to push this vert hook back, allowing more room underneath for this drag as well. And this is a cloud flat on the outside, but if it was a hard flat, he would play closer to the line of scrimmage, allowing this streak and this corner to get behind him as well. So once you guys understand the principles of how you attack defenses, now let's add a little bit of spice to this. Let's make a little tweak to make this play even better. So we already have our base play right here that we're going with. How can we make this play even stronger? Add a little bit of motion. Let's motion Henry out. Now what we want to do with him, let's have Henry replace Brown's responsibility of going over the middle of the field short. And for that, I want to put Henry on an in route. So you have two guys now going across the middle of the field. Nuh-uh. Let's take Brown. I want to have him attack the flats on the outside. So now I want him as a quick read, as a quick out route. And that'll be my first read. Now in this cover 3 scenario, he can just be a nice quick read. That's 10, 11 yards right then and there. Super easy. Quick read, you don't even have to think. All you're looking at is, does any player get out over top of this speed out to make a play on it? If not, throw it every single time. And so all the other reads are the same. Let's take a look at the relationship between Henry and the tight end A. Same high-low over the middle of the field. You keep the exact same play integrity that we just discovered, and now we just add a new tweak and putting that speed out route by Brown. So the very same thing. You still have multiple players that can beat man coverage. Like I said, to beat man coverage, all you need are routes that have cuts in them. And if your guy is better than that opposing player, he's gonna get open. So Brown has a cut. Henry has a cut. Fisker has I don't know how to say his name. Burker has a A has a cut. Rodgers has a cut. You have 4 of your 5 routes that have cuts, so they all can beat man coverage. And Jones, if he gets in a press situation, you don't want to press Julio Jones. He's very good against the press. So that's how you just take that play and make it even better. Now, let's use this very same play, and how can we tweak it to get it to attack other areas of the field? Again, use the same logic. We want a high-low, middle, we want a high-low underneath zones. So we have a nice post here that we want to keep. How about we take Rodgers and put him on a drag? So now you're high-low in the middle of the field with A and Rodgers. So you want to unmuddy the situation and add a little bit more spacing. So Brown, you want to streak or fade him, have him be a nice little clear out. Henry, you can keep him on a swing or you can block him. Doesn't really matter. The swing just adds another pull to get the flat defender out the way. Isn't necessary, but just adds a little bit of spacing if you want it. But the key player here is, what do you do with that backside B wide receiver Jones? You can't leave him on a sit down, because if you do so, he isn't really a factor in man coverage and beating man coverage or zone coverage. He's just a check down receiver, and having check down receivers is nice, but we want players that are actively doing something to get down the field. So depending on what game you're playing, what year, what the defense likes to do, I like to do a couple of different things. I like to either put this backside B player on a curl route, which is really good against man coverage, a deep out, or a comeback. That's if I want to just keep that player as an isolation player to the right side of the field. Meaning, if this overhang player in this like single high scenario, this guy that's in this curl flat, if I can get the cursor on him, if he doesn't necessarily just jump to the outside to take away the curl, the deep out, or the comeback, that's an option as well. Just as soon as the play starts, you can look over and see if he does not come all the way over here, you have the ability to just throw that right away, or have that be a nice and easy read. So if he like floats around here, and you have a deep out or a comeback, yeah, that comeback's going to be open every single time, or that deep out's going to be open every single time, guys. But it just depends on what this guy's doing right here. So you can run those routes, or you can have B just on a quick little 5-yard in route and be a follow route to Rodgers. And so, for example, this is what we have here. A nice high-low over the middle of the field. And that's just a horrible pass by Tannehill, as you see the inaccurate bullet. But we'll set everything up again. But we have a nice high-low over the middle of the field. And let's say we have a situation where they want to take away that post by using one of these players right here. Let's say hypothetically one of these guys, let's say this guy commits all the way and takes away this post. You can throw this guy right here, which is, like I said, just a nice high-low over the middle of the field. He's open. But let's say this guy takes away, for whatever reason, takes away the post, and this guy takes away this drag. And he's running with this drag. That's going to leave this player on the trail that follow in route wide open. Julio Jones on an in route wide open. So that's how you high-low defenders. That's how you add follow concepts to make it so that one player cannot guard two different areas of the field, and you're able to attack man and zone coverage. So like I said, if you guys are facing man coverage, you have to have routes that have cuts in them, and if your guy is better than the other one, you're going to get open. Better than the defender, you guys are going to get open. So in this video, I taught you guys how to the principles in attacking zone coverage and man coverage. I showed you one play and how you can switch it around a couple of different ways to get the most potential to efficiently and effectively attack the defense. If you want another video like that, go ahead and watch the video that pops up the screen right now. I'll see you guys there. Appreciate you guys for watching. I'm out.